So something spectacular happened last Monday, and which is Reuben Amorim was sacked by the owners of Manchester United, and it struck me because I was like, I didn't expect it because, and this is a man who I know in countless press conferences he had with the reporters. He had always maintained that he was willing to walk away. So, and when felt that and I saw that and I heard that and I knew that this man was quite unique from the rest of the football coaches I have ever heard them in their press conferences like speak. And I knew that this man was a student of game. Rúben Amorim is not just an ordinary coach. That's what I usually tell people, that you should be willing to walk away in any relationship, in any negotiation. You should be willing to walk away. And walking away doesn't mean like you're fidgeting or you are thinking of coming back. No, like literally walking away and just going and just letting go of everything, just walking away from the situation. There should be that willingness to walk away from anything that doesn't align with your system, your beliefs. And why was Amorim sacked in the first place? Because this is a man who was employed to actually play a different type of football. He had a unique way of playing football, let me put it that way, a very unique way of playing football. And they hired him because of that unique way of playing football, and which was more like a 3-4-2-1, more like a back five, playing with a back three. This is for my football freaks like me. And he was employed for playing with a system, a very unique formation. And at the end of the day, the hierarchy and the manager, it came to a point the hierarchy started drifting away from their original plans. And this is a man you brought to play a certain way of football. And at the end of the day, you just got him sacked because he maintained that he will still continue to play that style of football for a long period of time until the desired result is achieved. And that is how it is when it comes to relationships or whatever. You must have frame, because having a formation is just like having frame. You must have frame to have a successful relationship with anybody. You must have frame. Once you don't have frame, you are loose. That's when the wind can blow you anywhere. But when you have frame, you have a framework. That is when the person that is even relating with you knows that this is this person. This person would stick and will always stick and maintain to this. And why I'm saying this is the importance of frame is you would identify red flags from the get-go. You start removing unwanted behaviors from the get-go. You start rejecting a lot of things that are not in line with your frame. So, and for anything to succeed, it must conform to your frame, because you have a frame. So most men enter into relationships with no frame at all. And that's where they get burnt. And they don't see the red flags because there's no frame. It's just the same thing with Reuben Amorim. Reuben Amorim had a formation, and that does not mean that every player must fit into that formation, that they are designed to play the style of football that the manager desires. And at the end of the day, there will be a lot of fallout, and there will be people who would fit into the system. So, and that is reality. That's how life is. This is the only football manager from my observation, that I have seen that has game. A man who is willing to walk away. In his press conferences, you will see him. If he vocally would say it, like, if you don't want me, like, if you don't want the formation and whatever, we can separate ways. And the man was bold to say it and was challenging the reporters that were coming up with different questions. So for me, I've studied this man for the past since he became the manager of Manchester United, and he blew my mind. And I said, wow, he has an interesting personality, and it spills for him to be that way. It tells you a lot about his personality, how he moves, how he does things in life outside football. And I realized that, wow, we actually brought someone who who is an epitome of game, who understands game. And at the end of the day, you must realize that while you are learning to play, and you must realize that while you are learning to play the game, you must walk on a path of balance and not fall into being addicted to the game. But you must learn how to play the game. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. You must learn how to play the game, but never be addicted to the game. Because once you get addicted to the game, you'll be eaten alive. Because the game is a beast on its own that can eat you alive once you get addicted to it. But you must understand the rules. And once you understand the rules, it's fine. You can break them and become a master of yourself. That's one thing I've realized. And Amorim possesses that personality. And for a long while, I've been wanting to do this video and talk about Amorim, Rúben Amorim. But coincidentally, he got sacked on Monday, and I said, wow, what is going on? And I saw the way he handled it. And his last press conference, you see a man who knows what he wants. Game means when you have frame, it means you know what you want. You cannot be swayed involuntarily by anything, or even voluntarily, if I have to say. You can't be swayed by people's voices, people's opinion that is not in line with your goal. So after seeing a lot of news about people saying their own thoughts about Amorim getting sacked, it gave me so much respect for the man, and it made me know that, wow, there are people who practice game. They might not know it's game, they might not even understand it, but that's the way they were brought up, or that's the way maybe along the line they learned it. But Amorim is an epitome of game. I wish him well. I wish his family well as well. And that's one of the lessons I learned, to always have a frame. Because for the longest in my relationship, I've always had a frame. And it has worked perfectly well for me. And I've had a lot of successes because I had frame. So in your relationship, have frame. Have rules that keep you in check. Rules that you know that people won't come and violate them. Like have a structure, have a base. So when a woman comes into your life, she knows this type of this man, this is the way this man is. And if she tries to violate those structures, be willing to walk away. If she cheats, be willing to walk away. If she does anything, be willing to walk away. Peacefully, and everything, and life goes on. So I hope you guys learned a couple of things why you have to be a student of game and not be addicted to it as well. So have a great day, guys. We'll speak in the next video as well. So thanks for your time. Take care. Bye.